I'm from the field of human resource management, so I'm not going to find a cure for cancer. But what if I could find a cure for silence? What if I could find an antidote for unhappy, disengaged employees? What if I could hand over to organisations and their managers a petri dish where they could create a culture conducive to employee voice? One where employees would speak up with ideas and suggestions to improve the organisation or to identify issues or concerns that might be detrimental, or where the employee can speak up on issues related to themselves, or perhaps to even speak up about bullying or mistreatment. Up until now, employee voice has been studied in these separate petri dishes, and I think that that's a problem. Human resource management scholars look at the ways that employees speak up on both organisational and employee concerns, but its focus is predominantly on those formal systems and channels, such as team meetings, whereas organisational behaviour scholars look at how and why employees engage in informal voice behaviour, and its focus is on voice that will benefit the organisation. Now, looking at things differently isn't necessarily a problem. After all, that's what employee voice is all about, capturing those different points of view. But where the problem lies is that each of the disciplines is capturing this microclimate of voice. And so we don't have an understanding of how both the formal and the informal systems and channels encourage and enable employees to speak up on both organisational and employee concerns. And so that's where my research fits in. I'm mixing up those two petri dishes and combining the human resource management and organisational behaviour concepts of voice. I've interviewed 50 managers across 2 organisations, and my preliminary findings suggest that managers aren't just using those formal and informal systems and channels to encourage their employees to speak up. I've identified that managers are also creating these shared values using selective recruitment, recognition, and giving their employees meaning. And it seems that these factors may all contribute to employees perceiving that not only is there this expectation that they will speak up with ideas to improve the organisation, but that in turn, they can then speak up on issues related to themselves. My next step is to interview the employees, and on the basis of this data, I will then identify those components that make up a culture and a way of managing voice that is of benefit to both the organisation and the employee. And so while I can't find a cure for cancer, I do believe that my research is equally important, for it will change lives and organisations for the better.